has been broken here, correct. Now the thing is, I want to see a more sustained pullback, yeah, and then from here, what would happen is that would be our new high. Like with the stuff we used to do right at the start, the foundation that we built. So what would happen now, to answer your question, is hypothetically, if that would be the high somewhere here, this would be the low. So this would be our new dealing range, like this. So the way that you draw your fib, I know your question was about the fib as well. The way you draw your fib is like this. You would stretch it from this swing low up to this swing high. It would be like that. Does that make sense?
Okay, yeah. That answers my question. Yeah.
Okay, so
So you keep the same low until that low is broken.
Absolutely, always. Yeah, I don't ever change that. That's it. That's all I do every time. So just going back, I'm gonna get rid.
Okay, I got you.
I'm gonna get rid of Friday's price action because I don't think it was tradable in my opinion. So once you have this in place now, this is going to be a repeat from last stream, but I think a lot of people weren't here from the last stream. So what was happening? I'm also flicking through the Discord to see if there's any new people that's hopped on. So there isn't. So what we're looking for here now is we're looking for key levels that have held in the past, right? So the level that held and that gave us the best trades, I think, there's only one level. I think it was from the 2nd of October. So it's not so much a monthly level in the sense that I'm looking at it from the monthly chart. I never use a monthly chart. The reason this was a good level, and I'm going to dissect why it was a good level, right? Without even looking at the order flow, even though you do need the order flow to confirm it, this is the reason it was a good level. So on the 2nd of October, if I go to the 1 minute chart here, if you look at this level, we basically had a break and retest. So there was a good kind of there was a short entry here after a choppy price action. There was a short entry here. So what that shows you is that in this region, right? So this key level specifically is 67.58 to 62. So it shows you in this region that there were passive sellers sitting in this region, right? The reason why we see that is because when price came in, right, we broke and we retested this area over here before melting lower. The short would have been here. So again, just quickly breaking this down now that I'm here, just to cover a few topics, your entry would be here, right? So your entry, it wouldn't be here because we wicked below the level. We need to have a solid close beneath this level, this red line, which was here, right? That would be your entry, and you'd have your stop loss just above the zone, and you target whatever 1, 2, 3, whatever your data tells you to target, you would target, right? So yeah, whatever it is, right? So what's happened here now, if I just continue to, I'll clear the screens up a little bit. What's happened here is that this is a zone of passive sellers. It is a key level. It doesn't matter whether they're passive buyers or passive sellers there. This is a key level in the market. So between 67, 62, let's call it, and 58. That is a key level. Now, if we were to continue to play price on throughout October, this level has held in October multiple times, right? So what we're seeing a flip from supply. So it's basically sellers were in control, buyers were in control, right? So if we just take a look at this level throughout the entire of October, it was a significant level that held in our favor, right? It was a significant level. And because of that, what's super interesting is all you need to do is drag it to the right. Because I know I've had a few questions about this. How do you, how do you get that level? Is that level mitigated? Has it not been mitigated? You don't need to worry too much about that. All you need to do is, once you have an established zone, and what do I mean by an established zone? We know that there's passive sellers sitting over here. You can go and do the exercise on the footprint charts and see that. You will see a flip from passive sellers to passive buyers. You will see the same thing over here. And all of you can go on the footprint charts in your own time and check that out. The reason for me highlighting this level is that this level was responsible for the trades from this week as well. So if you simply just drew and extended this level over to the right, you would have had opportunities. And in fact, every trade this week came off this level. I'm not joking. So what does that tell you as a trader, right? So it tells you as a trader, just wait until price hits this level. So you don't need to worry if it's not at this level. You just got to be patient, right? The best trades come from being patient, not from being in the markets all the time, because you're not going to predict every move. I read something on the markets